And speaking of cool, Mr. Cool himself, Tim Simpson is out live somewhere on Mud Island checking air conditioning. You're changing careers here, Tim?
I'm not going to change careers, and you're looking at an AC here that's just been going all day long. Right now, Solomon and Chris Choate join me from Choate's Air Conditioning in Cordova. Guys, this is going on all over the place. These air conditioners are not getting a break.
No, sir. They're working overtime due to the heat.
Well, what's one of the best ways we can keep this thing running efficiently? I noticed this one's got a lot of grass on it. Should that be there?
No, the grass shouldn't be around here at all. We should have a totally clean condenser all the way around. You see as the grass is around the condensing unit. When you're cutting your grass, we need to shut the unit down until you get done cutting around it. That way we're not going to clog it up and the unit will be able to breathe and perform efficiently.
Okay, Solomon, now what about doing this? Can we just go ahead and wash it out while the thing's running?
You're not supposed to. You're actually supposed to turn the unit off at all times and get a water hose, take the top off, make sure the power is disconnected at the disconnect, and start washing out from the outside in.
Okay, we're just trying to keep these things running efficiently here, and just kind of giving you some tips of what you can do to help keep your air conditioning bill a little bit lower during the summer months. And one of the things is to keep this outside unit clean, because right now it's 100 degrees here in the backyard, and trust me, it's there, and you can't really see it on camera because it's so small. But guys, we're going to be checking back in with you because there are other things we can do around the house to help keep things moving along very efficiently, correct?
Yes.
All right, there it is, Amy, back to you.
And welcome back, everybody, to News Channel 3 Live at 9. We may be out of the triple-digit heat, but our air conditioners are still working overtime to keep us cool.
And you probably jinxed us. We've probably jinxed ourselves by saying that, so let's cross our fingers that we are out of the triple digits. There are some things you can do to make yours run more efficiently, though, because we still have plenty of summer left here in the Mid-South. Kendall Yarbrough is with Choate's AC and Heating. He's brought Saul Choate with him as well. So there's still time to save some money on our energy bill?
There definitely is. Like you said, even though we're out of the triple-digit heat, you know, all the stress they've been under because of the high temperatures, you know, we never really know if they're over yet.
Right.
But, you know, they've still been through a strenuous amount of work. And anything we can do to help keep the houses more comfortable, keep utility bills down, you know, it's always a plus.
Now, guys, what are some common mistakes a lot of us make, including myself, when it comes to not taking care of this air conditioning unit that's outside that goes through everything? I mean,
Exactly.
The guys who mow the grass that gets into the unit, what are some of the mistakes there?
Well, you know, I mean, the old saying, out of sight, out of mind. You know, this unit's on the outside, the backyard, the side of the house, wherever it is. And, you know, most people, they don't even think about it if they're comfortable.
Right.
The biggest thing, like you mentioned, is when you're cutting the grass. A lot of times with side discharge lawnmowers, you know, if people have the lawnmower lined up to where it shoots grass out the side,
Right.
shoot it onto this unit. Whenever this unit runs, it's pulling air in from the side and discharging out of the top.
Right.
So, you know, anything that's blowing through the air will get sucked right onto the side of that unit.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Does
Not
it
at
get
all.
gummed up in the engine or the
Well,
motor?
What'll happen is when the condenser coil out here is dirty, it'll cause the compressor to get hot, possibly overheat. It can take the fan motor out, and it'll also charge the freon pressures in the unit to get higher, and with higher pressures come the likelihood of freon leaks.
Right. So when a lot of folks don't take advantage of getting their unit serviced over during the summer on a yearly basis, can this lead to a major or massive expense for a lot of people?
Yes, it can. The average lifespan for an air conditioner is usually 10 to 15 years, but you can get more out of that if it's regularly serviced every year. And you can actually service it yourself, but if you want it professionally cleaned, where we use a chemical spray and actually take the AC apart, you can call us or your local air conditioning company to do it professionally.
What needs to be cleaned?
Your condenser coils, the outside of this needs to be definitely washed out. Try to get some of the dirt out, and like I said, we were going to show you all how to do it yourself just to get through the rest of the year.
Okay.
Kendall, you want to?
Yeah. What you can do is just take your regular garden hose sprayer, and, you know, if it's adjustable, it's really great because you don't want too high of pressure stream, because what you can do is actually damage the fins here, bend them in.
And you're holding the garden hose sprayer right there
It's
in
just
your
a
hand.
standard sprayer.
You just want a medium spray or
Just
what?
a medium spray, and what we say do is turn the thermostat off on the inside.
Okay.
Just turn it to the off position, and at your breaker box in the house, turn the AC breaker off, completely off. That way you have no power outside. And then just take about 10, 15 minutes, and, you know, you just want to spray from the outside in, and because the unit's not running, you can actually take and look in from the top and see the water you're pushing through. When you first start, you'll notice that it'll be brown or black, washing a lot of dirt through. And as a certain area gets clean, you'll notice that water will actually clear up, and it'll just be clear water pushing through. Then you can move over to the next section.
Now, what are you guys finding? Are most folks doing this on a yearly basis, or every summer, or do some folks, Mary Beth, let this kind of build up year after year after year?
We have service agreements where we come out and we'll actually do it every year, but most people, they usually don't do it, and you can tell the units that have been cleaned and haven't.
Does it affect the cooling process as well when it's all kind of gunked up?
So.
And what if it still works? Is it costing us more because the unit is working harder?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, when, we often say that these units are just like us. It needs to breathe too. It needs to breathe as well. And one air conditioning company actually ran an advertisement a couple years ago that said if your unit outside is dirty, it's like running a marathon breathing through a straw.
That's a very good way to put it.
Ooh,
it really is.
Money going out.
Now, even this late in, or not late, but early September, should we still look into getting a unit like this service even before it kind of cools off?
Definitely so. I mean, and even if it's just, going outside and cleaning it off yourself. Like Saul mentioned, we have the maintenance agreements, that'll take care of both the air conditioning and the heating maintenance, so you can make sure your whole system's kind of maintained.
Yeah, you need that as well. Is that pretty much the same sort of thing? You have to keep it clean, you have to...
Definitely so. I mean, inside, your biggest thing is your filter, your air filter.
Right.
It needs to be changed, depending on the type of filter, usually once a month. I tell people, every time your utility bill comes, sit down, cry over your utility bill, and then go change your filter.
Right. Now, with November coming up, December, the colder months here in Memphis, should we also start thinking about heat, and what can we do to make sure that unit is maintained as well?
Definitely so. There's a percentage of population here in this area that have what's called heat pump systems. And what a heat pump is, it's where the air conditioner outside also runs for the heating mode. It just runs in reverse. So you have to have the air conditioner cleaned for the heating mode as well if you have a heat pump system.
Okay.
If you have a standard, gas system like most people in the area have, you need to make sure your burners are clean. Newer systems have a lot of safeties, just to kind of protect you from carbon monoxide.
When's the best
flames.
time to do that, October?
Well, usually we like to do it when it's, right in between seasons. When the lows are in the 50s, the highs are somewhere in the 70s.
Okay.
That way you don't really need either of the systems, but, we can still get in and catch it before, it's really needed.
Right.
Makes a lot of sense, guys. We do appreciate you being here this morning, and there is the phone number for you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to go home and get mine taken care of immediately.
I know what you mean there.